Well, what's going on, guys? 6:06 in the evening for Thursday, July 3rd, 2025. I'm having a problem about my own identity, how I identify myself as something that I thought was noble, pure, maybe a bit of a pain in the ass. There's a lot of things that's wrapped up in one particular name, and yet how a group of people can come up and sully and spoil the name and the image and feelings and everything that I hold dear. It's like I no longer recognize my country, one form or another. It's like I'm feeling my country doesn't recognize me in any kind of form. My question to myself is, what is America to me? What does it mean for me? What did I grow up with? And how do I get past this damn thing? Big, beautiful bill with a lot of rip-offs out of the damn thing and how to screw over people next decade or two. Including people like me, disabled. People that depend upon kindness of strangers. I grew up on a lot of ideas, ideologies, beliefs. I believed in pluralism. America in many forms, including a pain in the ass dog. I believed in fair play, and sometimes it wasn't fair. Truth and honesty, and dealing with politics, sometimes that's not even real. That isn't. Justice, is that revenge or someone else's version of what justice is supposed to be? It's always in constant motion. It's always in constant reimagination, reinterpretation. I was, if they call it indoctrination, then I would call it indoctrination. Or educated. Television shows, different forms, formats, different themes, things to believe in or things to have fun in. Futures that may come. Horrors that, if unleashed a certain way, that produces chaos and confusion. Nightmares of certain realities that would happen. Greed, avarice, pride, ego, prejudice. How is it that I'm not supposed to able to identify America? We're supposed to believe in many things. We're supposed to believe in capitalism, in democracy, representative democracy. Sometimes it gets misinterpreted by different people left and right. Are we a representation? Are we a republic? Are we a democracy? Are we capitalistic? Do we believe in money? Do we believe in money more than we do with humanity? Do we believe in religion, but only for one format and nobody else's, or whatever? We're being told by other people that we have to believe in this way, otherwise there'll be consequences. And how is it the people outside of our country try to get the idea and ideology that we keep priding ourselves on? We throw up everything that's supposed to be red, white, and blue, and we're supposed to pretend that this is the greatest country on the earth. And we keep self-deluding ourselves until we keep proving ourselves that we are self-delusional, including me. Give me a second. I deal with the fussiness. I deal with the reality check. I deal with people who want to believe in so much and whatever America is to them that they want it to be reproduced, rubber stamped, and replicated like crazy. Everybody should have it in this form or fashion because that's what they say what America is. But what do you say, the viewer? What do you know of America? And not just its history, but what people think and thought of it. There's a lot of viewpoints about this country. There's a lot of viewpoints about what the name America is or concept of it is. We have immigrants for centuries coming over, voluntarily or involuntarily. We had to fight a civil war over the involuntary portion of it. We had many internal battles and struggling and trying to gather more territory for our manifest destiny. I could try putting it into scholastic terms, but what does it actually mean personally to me? Because I just seen a democracy feel like it was getting raped and pillaged and plundered and pilfered. When you got an executive branch selling crap to people and bribing Congress into voting one way. Bribing. When capitalism or you're dealing with democracy, there's no set way except if they make rules and regulations. But if they don't follow the rules and regulations, then then what do you call it? When you have votes being traded for junk, signatures on crap, memorabilia, dealing with a Congress full of fanboys. I can't deal with that. And when one of them tried to wrap himself around the flag to show that he's so ultra patriotic, he loves the country of America, he's willing to desecrate a flag for it. In a country for pluralism, we're supposed to be acknowledging each other's, maybe accepting, cooperating with them. But it gets worse. There's got to be one way or it isn't. And what I was taught in school, K through 12 and earlier on and all throughout my life, that I cannot stand back in good conscience and just let it happen. If I'm allowed to say no, then I'll say no. Only if I'm allowed to say no. Am I allowed to say no? Am I allowed to have my own damn voice and opinions of what I think, what I feel, what I should eat, what I should drink, what I should wear? And a national holiday that comes up that's supposed to recognize something about our country. And yet all I find is pain and turmoil and me almost about to lose my life. All because of being depressed about how I'm looking at things. And how I don't want to look at things anymore and just hide from it all. Is this what being an American is all about? Is this what my version of America is all about? I thought Americans were supposed to be rebellious assholes. So where's the rebellion in this guy? Or where's the asshole? And for that being, I can't stand and I can't sit around. I tried to distance myself today because I was so damn emotionally distraught and pissed off about it that I said I wanted to say end it. But here's the thing. I think I would be dying in shame because the job's not done. Wherever the job was that I was supposed to do, it's not started or it's not done yet. And how can I face myself in the afterlife if I decide to choose that way? How can I face myself throughout eternity on this shit? How can others face me? Because I'd be looking at them in shame. I feel like I didn't do anything or everything or something. And for me talking about this, I'm trying to air out what's going on inside of my head, my heart, and my soul. Is it the same way for others? Is it the same for others? They had their different viewpoints, different visions, different hopes, different dreams about what the country is, and how we seem to be. We're seeing it. I'm seeing it falling to pieces because of anger, hatred, indifference, prejudice, racism, anger, fear. Now, on different portions of the country, I can look at it in an abstract viewpoint, but I'm looking at it currently in the viewpoint I have. I had seen this firsthand. I had been through it. I had been through riots when we actually had them, when racism was on a high. I'd seen a city tear itself apart. I'd seen the anger and frustration. I went over to a museum of tolerance. Not intolerance, but of tolerance. And in this place, I'd seen just how far what I'm seeing right now in my country is getting up to that point. Already they had people put into the alligator Alcatraz. The state of Florida ought to be ashamed with itself because they allowed it to happen on their watch. I don't care if there's any good people over there or not. They got to be ashamed. They got to be ashamed. There is. I can't stand looking at it because the people allowed it to happen. People allowed Trump to happen. Desecration of anything and everything that's American. He went after the Los Angeles baseball team, Dodgers, because they were doing DEI according to them. Diversity, equality, inclusion. This is a DEI territory. This is the state of DEI. And you're going to have a federal government try to sue the city over it because they make a federal executive order saying you have to. There are no federal laws. There are no federal laws. The executive orders are bullshit. We are an inclusive, pluralistic society. At least, I hope we still are. To me, that's still part of being American. We acknowledge each other's differences. We may not accept them, but at least they're there. But we don't have to force ourselves down other people's throat, or in their lifestyle, or anything else about it. We don't have to force ourselves upon each other and say that we are in charge and say, screw you. But that's what's happening. And what pisses me off is I have to be totally depressed about it to where I'm sick to my stomach and want to kill myself over it. And let me put that on record. Yeah, I wanted to kill myself over it. Because I was too damn ashamed of what the hell happened. I was ashamed of my countrymen. I was ashamed of everything that meant being American, because this is what being American is tainted. Is this a tainted America? My ancestors, my countrymen, long ago, the people who fought and died for the principles that we all lived by, they'd be ashamed of me. And I couldn't face them. I couldn't even face my brother. He was a serviceman. He didn't die in duty, but he didn't die. But he served his country. Was proudly. He served his fellow men. To me, he was still a good man. To me, he was American. He would call me an American. I'd probably ask why. I think he would probably say, because, John, you accept differences in others. Yeah, but I've also seen the other differences that also tore us apart left and right. Especially when we got fearful and angry at them. But here's the thing concerning about pluralism, concerning about our rights, what we've been taught to believe in, what fair play is all about. We don't have to be buddy-buddy with the guy. We can just acknowledge and accept that he's different. Or she's different. Or whoever. They may be different. There's differences. We're not conformity. At least, not in general anyway. We do try to conform and comply with rules and regulations. With laws. Well, when it comes down for religious edicts, that there has to be just one edict to rule over us? No. We don't have to be. We choose not to be. I choose not to be. I choose not to live in that kind of situation. If they're going to force it down my throat, I'm going to say, on you. Somehow people have tried to desecrate the term Christianity. Turned it into a patriotic thing. Boy, you guys are screwed up in your fucking history. Because we've had religious clerics, religious folks, we had political numbnuts in the past who tried to use Christianity as a weapon and did crusades. People tried to force their religion down other people's throats. Didn't work too well, did it? In some countries, religion is banned. In other countries, there's only one religion. One thing to rule them all. I despaired today because I saw what I thought was hope dying. No. Just more reasons to be more pissed off and more determined. If some people still want to make this country the greatest, they have to accept pluralism. They have to accept the country is different. Wasn't made cookie cutter. But unfortunately, some people use it for the grift and the brainwashing and the forcing of things and ideas down people's throats. Otherwise, you comply or else. Yeah. Here's my compliance. Sorry, I can't do the other hand. Except maybe this way. Yeah, tell me about it. Tell me about it, sweetheart. You're stressing. You're stressing way too much. Anyway. You're frustrating too. Yeah, you're frustrating yourself. But this is my life. This is my existence. Whether or not if I put up the flag or not. I already felt it was desecrated by some asshole. But then again, other people would think that a flag is also desecrated one way or another. Burning of a flag, they think it's total desecration, but a long time ago there was a different row of justices in the Supreme Court, and they ruled that it was okay to burn the flag because it was a way of protesting the government. Protesting the government. It was part of the First Amendment. Freedom of speech. I'm for freedom of speech. Despite the fact there's going to be differences all around. There will be differences. There has to be differences. What's wrong with differences? What's wrong with DEI? What's wrong with diversity, equality, inclusion? What's wrong with it? In the game of baseball, we have different players. But they play as a team because they train, they practice, and they perform. And the Dodgers, a few times, have become a great team. World Series champions. And I'm proud to wear their shirts when I can. And to show my diversity, equality, and inclusion. My version of what America is to me. And not some other delusional idiot. So I may not fly the red, white, and blue. I'll fly a baseball shirt. I'll do that. In the meantime, I'll deal with something who's got more power than the federal government does. She must be obeyed. That being said, guys.